What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome in, y'all, to this wonderful thing that we do called CHGO Wrestling, brought to you by Sunnyside. Use that code HICHGO to get 50% off your first 3 orders, ladies and gentlemen, online. Check out Sunnyside, our people over there, and also shout out to Circa Resorts. I am Big Dave from CHGO Bulls. This is the special advocate, Greg Boysen. We are here at the beautiful Stadium Swim. You already know that we talk about it all the time and just how amazing it is to sit here and see. This is your first time seeing this, Greg. What's your thoughts?
The Stadium Swim? Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
I could see why people hang out here.
Yeah.
You know, I've been watching people from up in my room all weekend.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Now, this is it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome, bro.
I would recommend.
Put my shades back.
I would recommend anybody coming to Las Vegas, stay here at the Circa Resorts.
Yeah,
it's especially if you're a sports junkie and a sports bettor.
Yeah.
And if you're this place is great, and they take care of you big time, and it's worth it. The food here is great.
Yeah.
And you got the Stadium Swim.
Yeah, man.
You come here and you watch your sports and you enjoy the other scenery that the Stadium Swim provides.
Yeah.
You have a good time.
It's true. I was in the elevator yesterday, and this guy got on, and he was like, "Hey, man, you ever stayed here before?" I'm like, "Yeah, a couple times." He's like, "Dude, this place is incredible, man." And I was like, "Have you seen the Stadium Swim?" He's like, "No." I was like, "You need to go see the Stadium Swim." He literally was like, "Oh, I'm doing this now." I watched him walk over to the Stadium Swim and go up and check it out, man. So, yeah, it's something y'all definitely want to check out and want to see. But we were also here because WrestleMania 41 happened in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. We were in the house for both nights. It was incredible. It was amazing. As I keep saying all the time, it was my main man's first one ever. So, sir, tell us about it. How you feel? This is your first. How did it feel?
I mean, it lived up to the hype as far as the atmosphere and the pageantry and the showmanship.
Yeah,
it was great. Everybody's there for the same reason, so it's like a community. Everybody's cool.
Sure.
People, hey, nice shirt, hey, this, that, or even during a match, people like this guy right here, getting up for Charlotte and getting into it with complete stranger in front of us, but by the end of the match you guys were hugging it out. Like that's what it's all about. Like, it's about the community and like, regardless of if you only watch WWE or if you watch AEW, you're a big independent person, no matter what. Like, the thing about pro wrestling, regardless of what show you're at, if you're at WrestleMania, the biggest of the biggest, or you're at some little indie show at a neighborhood bar, it's all about the community. It's all about the acceptance. Everybody's there for the same reason. That's what's so cool about it. I think that's what people who aren't wrestling fans don't get about pro wrestling. We know we know what it is. We know it's fake.
We get what it is.
But like, that's not what it's about. It's not. I mean, we're there for the matches themselves and the athletes and the superstars, but it's about that community. It's about that acceptance that anybody from any walk of life, any creed, religion, whatever, you're a wrestling fan, you're accepted.
Yeah, I couldn't put it better myself. That's exactly what it is, and it was definitely on full display here. Everyone from every single place in this world, every part of the globe, ascended here in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium and had a blast. You know what I mean? Because it was great. Like, it lived up to the hype for me as well. Some of the matches we'll get into, but just the overall thing. Yeah, it was WrestleMania, y'all knew, and it's worth your time. So, we'll see. We'll see if it happens again next year. But let's talk about this one though from right now, man. So let's get into night one. We thought the card was solid. Obviously, the main event was the main event. So I guess we'll start there. The main event is what it was about: Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner. The entrances for all three of them were great. You got to see Living Color. This man started getting goosebumps on his arm when Living Color was playing. Like, Seth Rollins coming out with the flamethrower and then doing a wardrobe change. The OTC, just the whole, crowd being into it. And then just seeing the family lineage on the video screens that were hanging down. Like, that was so dope. And the match itself, man. Like, those guys were just basically they showed you why they're basically the top three.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In WWE, like they put on a absolute show.
That was a WrestleMania main event.
Yes.
That was everything you want out of WrestleMania. Top stars, big entrances. You had all the hype. You had all the story leading up to it. And then they took it to another level once the bell rang. The match was incredible. It was the best match of the weekend by far. And then, of course, you know, you get the ending, which goes viral. And like, I think a lot of people started thinking that was what was going to happen. I was hoping that was going to happen. And then when it did, it was like, yeah, I mean, that was the biggest pop for me the weekend when Paul Heyman started throwing low blows out there. That was
tossing them.
But I mean, the crowd was into it from the beginning. It was kind of cool because you didn't know who they were rooting for because everybody got their own chant on the way into the ring. And then, you know, and that was another cool thing about the weekend. It was like people would be cheering for their guy or for their lady in the match. And then as soon as the match is over, even if who you were cheering for lost, you still stood up and cheered because, you know, it was you appreciated the effort. And the effort of these three guys was top notch. They're the three of the top stars in the world. And Seth Rollins deserves this. Every second of this. He has been, you know, the backbone of this company for a long time. And a lot of that time by not being the guy. But now you put Paul Heyman on him. You know, Paul Heyman doesn't manage mid-carders.
No, he does not.
Paul Heyman only manages top guys.
This is true.
And champions. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I can't wait for that promo tonight. To hear why. And you know, it was a lot of fun. That match made the weekend. You know, we'll get into night two, but like as far as the two main events go, and night one blew night two out of the water.
I completely agree. I loved it because we talked about it on the preview show that that was the outcome. We felt like it was going to go down that kind of way as far as Seth Rollins being the guy, you know, to basically the triple cross, you know what I mean, as you put it. We thought he would be that one. And it was just executed perfectly. And I think that's what I liked about it so much. It was just executed and done so perfectly. I didn't feel like it was cheated, you know, and there was still shock within it, even though you knew it was coming. Like it was like a Cena heel turn. Like even though I kind of thought it was coming, it's still the shock within it when it actually happens. And that's a great feeling. You know what I mean? That you can still like, oh man, I knew it was coming. But, oh man, I didn't know it was coming like that. You know what I mean? Like, so for him to do the low blow twice and then to let Roman Reigns get some chair shots in, you know, and then to give him the chair shot, like the Shield again, you know, when he hits him with the low, like, and then he twists the low blow when he gave it to Roman as well. You know, like it was just those little nuances that Paul Heyman is just really great at. Even the final shot when he's standing, you know what I'm saying, on the ramp and he's just behind Seth Rollins with that smile, smug face on there. Perfect. Like it was just so well done. And it's why you know, get so hyped up for these kind of moments and these kind of events. So it was great. It was great.
Even the way Seth played it, because he was standing there with his back turned to all of it, kind of holding his ribs, like, oh man, I'm beat up. And then all of a sudden, like, he's not watching, but he knows what's going on. And all of a sudden, he stands straight up, gets that smirk, and like, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Like, it was well done.
It was very well done, man. Let's talk about Gunther and Jey Uso in that match. They started off because, you know, that was the butts in the seats match. They had to get the people in the seats.
Get the crowd hyped right away.
Give them something to go.
Everybody was eating.
Everybody was eating. It was great. Everybody was eating. He came. I didn't expect him to come out the crowd again at the Legion Stadium, but I mean, you all saw we were posting all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, on our socials and in the Die Hard accounts. And man, just the crowd reaction, like he's just at a level now where he doesn't even have to do it. They're gonna do it for you because they got that kind of love. But the match itself, I'll ask you that question, man. Like, how did you feel just about the match itself? Like Gunther, you know, he kind of dominated, you know, but Jey Uso in the end beat him with, you know, a submission that was.
See, this was foreshadowing for the rest of the weekend. We just didn't see it. Where the theme of the weekend was good matches, questionable booking. Like how some of these matches end where you're kind of like, really? That's what we're doing here? The match was really good. As you mentioned, Gunther dominated early, which you expected him to do. And then Jay made his comeback. He gives him 3 splashes off the top rope and then goes in for a sleeper hold.
Yeah.
And then Gunther taps immediately.
Yeah.
That was bogus. I'm sorry. That
Yeah.
you're gonna get this guy who's he's the ring general. He just beat the living hell out of Jimmy Uso and drenched himself with his blood. And he's gonna tap 1 second into a sleeper hold by a dude who never done a sleeper before. Come on. That made him look baby food soft. I didn't like that at all. Like, I don't mind Gunther losing. I don't mind even him tapping out, but let him go make him pass out.
Yeah.
So he can come back and say, hey, you didn't beat me. You just choked me out. I never gave up.
I agree with you.
That's a better way to but you just made him look. You took this guy that looked unbeatable and you made him look so soft. You Rusev'd him. This is the same thing that happened to Rusev. He was his unbeatable force. And then he taps out to John Cena, and he was never the same. I hope that's not the same for Gunther, but I have a feeling the way they made him look, like, how are you going to believe him again? That you literally tapped out 1 second in a sleeper hold? Come on, man. I'm not buying that.
I think he's still believable, though. I do. I mean, because Gunther was just Gunther. You know what I mean? Like, to have that Intercontinental title run, to set that record, and then how he did it as a champion, you know what I'm saying, and how he carried that title to the point, like we were talking about it before that Jey Uso promo, it didn't feel like it was a Jey Uso coronation. It felt like it still was on Gunther at that time. So I agree 100% with what you're saying, but I don't think it will really hurt him in the long run. I think it might make him more crazier. You know what I mean? That he really might be coming back because he's not done. No. He's going to come back, and this is going to be ongoing. He's going to get his rematch.
The thing is, though, like, the next time if I'm a dude and I'm in a match with Gunther, I'm just gonna put him in a sleeper hold because I know that beats him instantly. I'm not gonna waste my time with all this wrestling stuff. I'm just gonna put him in the sleeper hold, and I'm winning in 2 seconds. So the next time,
said and done, man.
So the next time someone puts him in a sleeper and he doesn't tap out, you're gonna be like, wait a minute.
No, but that was the Jey Uso. That was the power of the yeet.
Yeah, okay. the first time he's ever done that move, and he makes Gunther tap, and what's that?
It was the yeet arm. It was the arm was yeeting.
I would have been it would have been better finish. Would have been either making a pass out or have a Jey go to the third corner.
Yes,
the fourth corner.
The fourth corner.
And hit him in that.
I agree.
And give him that 1, 2,
I agree.
3 with the crowd and get it like
100% agree.
Instead, it's just like, wait, that just ended. What happened here? Like that was they messed up the ending.
Yeah, because I'm
fine with giving Jey his title run.
Sure.
That's all good. The match was good. The last 3 seconds of that match sucked.
Okay. I'm not in debate with you. I think Gunther, though, will still be okay. I think he'll be okay. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu in that United States Championship match. Again, another match we thought Fatu was going to win. I thought LA Knight was going to show out, and he damn sure showed out. He put it all out there. It's what I like about LA Knight is when you know what a guy's kind of been through, and he's definitely taking that hard, long, rocky road to get to where he is. You know, when they get to these moments, they don't take it lightly. And he showed out, man. Like, he was clean. Everything was precise. Man, that BTF he had off of that top rope when he tried, when Fatu tried to hit the backflip on him, I had never seen that before. That was incredible. Like, I just think both of them put on a great match, and Fatu definitely deserved to win it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was something I was looking forward to. Jacob Fatu is a star.
Yes.
And we'll talk about it for night 2 too. But like one of my good buddies texted me during the Intercontinental match on night 2, and I totally agree with it. Next year, like a future WrestleMania main event, Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. I'm here for it. Check that right in my.
Oh my
Jacob
God.
Fatu is amazing, and this is just that first small step to huge stardom.
Yeah,
he's got it all. He's got that. He can go when the bell rings. He's a beast, but he's also got that amazing athleticism. How he can just jump on the top rope, and flip and hit it every time, like without even looking. I mean, he just hits that moonsault every time, but he could also brawl.
Yeah.
And then he's just got the look of like, that's different. Yeah. That's scary, right? That's real.
Yes.
And then we as we've learned over the past few months, he's gold on the mic, but just that like look he gives you where he like licks his lips. And he's like, it's time to hunt.
Yeah.
Man, he's so good. And this is just the tip of the iceberg for him. I think he's gonna be a world champion within the year.
Yeah, and it was cool having his father there too, baddest man on the planet. Having him there as well, that was awesome to see, man. But again, big up to LA Knight and what he did, and it's not over for him either. Like he will definitely continue to ascend.
He's still over. People love him, and he put on a great match. He was in a tough spot because I think everybody knew he wasn't winning that match.
Yeah,
and there was even some discussion before them, online about how people were worried it was going to be a squash.
Yeah,
it was going to be a 1 minute match, but he built on a good show, and he even made you think for a minute or two, like, oh, is he gonna win this?
Yeah,
and that's all you want.
That's all you want.
You want that split second of where reality is suspended, and you get sucked in, and you're like, ooh, maybe he does have a chance to win this. And you got that in that match.
Yeah, it was great. Shout out to him, man. The last one I want to spend a little time on is Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair showed up like the queen she is, did her thing. The match wasn't great. Tiffany won the match, and I thought she would win. And Charlotte, I mean, like you said, man, she'll make a pool stick look good, when you're wrestling. But Tiffany definitely paid, the price for it. Came out with a tooth chipped, but she came out with the belt, and she came out on top.
Yeah, I mean, the entrances to this match were great.
Ooh.
And then the match itself had some rough spots. You could see that the Tiffy is still very new to this, very green. And if you struggle in a match with Charlotte, that's kind of a red flag to me. Where like if you can't look great against the greatest woman wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
see, I said it, Dave.
You said it. Come on, because it's true.
Because it's true. Just because it's true doesn't mean I have to like it.
As long as you acknowledge it, I'll take it.
I mean, she spent the first half of her career making people like Tiffany Stratton superstars.
Correct.
That's been her biggest gift to professional wrestling, was taking green wrestlers and turning them into stars. And this one missed just a little bit. There's a little too much miss, just off a minute. Even like in person live, watching it from far away, you can even see it. So overall, it got the job done. Tiffany's over. People she's
over.
And I don't know if it's Tiffany that's over or it's hating on Charlotte that's over.
It's a little of both.
I think no matter who Charlotte was wrestling, everybody would have been for the other person.
Yeah.
So my only, besides some of the sloppiness of the match, but that's fine. It's I'm not like gonna be up here saying Tiffany Stratton is garbage and doesn't deserve to be in. And she's young. Her first big match like that, there's got to be some nerves involved. Let's see how she bounces back. My biggest problem was, from where we were sitting, because their attire looks so similar, like it was hard to tell them apart at times.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
I had to look up at the screen.
Yeah.
And I hate when I'm at like a live event, unless it's something I physically can't see because they're outside. I hate watching the screen because I feel like, well, I could be doing that at home.
Right.
For a lot less money.
Right, exactly. Yes.
But it was tough to tell them apart at times from where we were sitting.
Yeah.
Over like who was that on top or not, because they both had like pink and and blue like a ring attire on, and with their blonde hair. I mean, I guess somebody was saying that's kind of like on purpose. How like Charlotte was saying, oh, she don't, Tiffany, you're just trying to be me, and then of course they both come out wearing almost the same thing. And, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Charlotte now. Charlotte always has the goal. And she's not used to being the chaser. She's used to being the chasee. And then maybe like they were definitely trying to get like some sympathy on her at the end of that. So maybe they're gonna try and make her a sympathetic character now, where people turn around and now they want her to go win the title.
I think that she'll continue to be around gold, but maybe she gets one of these mid-card titles because she's never held one, and Charlotte's going to hold every single title.
I mean, that
they have in the women's division.
Would definitely give one of those belts a little more credibility.
Exactly my point.
Right now, you had the women's U.S. champion Chelsea Green,
who wasn't here,
didn't even walk out for anything.
Yeah.
Stupid. And your women's intercontinental champion, she's got 2 belts now.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, what are we even doing with these things?
Exactly.
Like, man, it's not even a year old, and we're already kind of tossing it aside. So Charlotte winning one of those would definitely give, one of those belts instant credibility and make it seem far more important than they do right now.
And also, as you mentioned, it helps get the young ones over as well.
Yeah.
The ones like Lyra Valkyria or even a Chelsea Green, who's already a little over, but over to the point where they cannot leave her out of certain PLEs and things like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if it's your biggest night of the year, your biggest weekend, your biggest event, how do you not have your second, third most popular female wrestler involved at all? Seriously. Even if it's just to come out and cut a silly promo or be the host. They used to do that. They'd have a host of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving her completely off the card, not great.
Yeah, I agree. And last thing about Charlotte, I always call her the common denominator. That's what I always call it, because anytime we talk about great matches that the women have had or big historic moments they have, she's usually involved in it some way, somehow. She is always the common denominator. Even when you mention Tiffany Stratton, or is it Tiffany Love, or is it Charlotte Haight? I could say the same thing about Becky Lynch, because she took off. What did she do? She broke when Charlotte broke it.
I'm saying,
you know what I mean? When she was going in on Charlotte. So, and that will change you.
Asuka.
Yes.
Bailey.
Sasha.
All of them.
All of them, man.
When they needed Ronda Rousey to look good, who'd they put her with? Charlotte.
The one.
There's no doubt.
The great.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason she's in these matches.
Yeah, absolutely right. Just quick mention, I want to give Jade Cargill and Naomi match a mention. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a solid match. I love the way they made Jade look. I love when Jade is looking like the conquering hero. Like, she is a physical specimen, and that's how she should be used. Tossing people around. I love her better as a heel. I can't wait for her to get into that at some point in time, but I still thought it was a really good match, though, her and Naomi.
Yeah, it was good. It served its purpose. Mm-hmm. It got kind of like the blow off you expected. Mm-hmm. They made Jade look like the unbeatable force, and she hit some really good moves. And I like Jade Cargill a lot. I hope it comes together for her. Mm-hmm. She definitely has the look.
Yes.
She's pretty good on the mic.
Oh yeah.
It's just in ring she can be incredible, and then there's times where you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So I hope it comes together for her. I mean, this whole angle was for her to go get some more time training, and so far she's looked a lot better, and she's definitely somebody that can be a top star.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to Naomi, man. She did her thing as well. World Raiders and the New Day. New Day wins the titles and then immediately takes off running, which was hilarious to me. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, again, the ending was kind of where it kind of came out of nowhere. I'm just going to hold your foot and let's get out of here. You knew that was going to be the result. Sure. I mean, the Royal Raiders, they're good at what they do, but they're not the New Day. I was just a little disappointed that Big E wasn't involved in any way, shape, or form, either helping them or not. But I guess they got to save something for Raw and SmackDown this week.
You got to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to their next promo.
Yeah,
they kind of be like,
we told you.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the New Day never disappoints.
Yeah, they don't. And El Grande Americano against Rey Fenix. So happy that El Grande can get his first WrestleMania appearance. And he gets the victory in it on a young Rey Fenix.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they were in a tough spot with Rey Mysterio tearing his groin the night before. So they were put in a tough spot. You put Rey Fenix, who you're just bringing in. Mm-hmm. You're giving him his push, and then you have him lose right away. But that probably wasn't going to be part of the plan.
Yeah.
But that was a fun match. It was entertaining. The El Grande Americano gimmick is, you can talk about the controversy, talk about how it may or may not be offending people, but it's getting people talking, and that's the whole point. And whoever it is behind that mask is an incredible athlete.
We just don't know. An incredible athlete. A specimen.
That match was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Agreed.
And Rey Fenix did a good job, and he was put in a tough spot because you couldn't change the the path of the gimmick just because you got a new guy in there.
Yeah.
So it was a tough spot for him, but he got a WrestleMania moment. Otherwise, he wasn't going to be on the card. So I'm sure he wasn't disappointed.
No, and then I love the shot they showed online of his brother Penta watching the match, wiping tears from his eyes after the match was over, because it was his brother's first ever. So yeah, win or lose, it meant a lot. It meant a lot. All right, let's get to night 2, man. And the main event, Cody Rhodes against John Cena. John Cena walks away the new undisputed WWE champion. We kind of felt he would. Congratulations to him on breaking Ric Flair's record. He's now 17-time world champion, unprecedented, unheard of. Records are made to be broken, ladies and gentlemen. Right. It's just what it is. But I don't mind Cena having this. He deserves it. But I don't like the way that it ended, and I'm sure you didn't like the way it ended either. So
that was garbage booking. It was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Cena was trying to show people like, hey, I can wrestle. I'm going to do some of these moves here. He was definitely working heel. Mm-hmm. I loved his entrance with nothing but just generic John Cena on the screen. And that was, I got a kick out of that.
He had to take a deep breath and pause and gather his thoughts
because
before he drops it on you.
The last 5 minutes of that match was just effing garbage, man. Who cares about Travis Scott? We were getting excited because we were right by the side of the stage.
Yeah.
And we all of a sudden saw all the camera guys get right by the entrance. We're like, ooh, somebody's coming. Somebody says it's going to be The Rock. It's going to be The Rock.
Yeah.
And then it's nobody cared. Once his entrance to the ring, we had a great view of the whole crowd.
We did.
Nobody was doing anything. Silence. You could have heard a mouse fart in that arena.
Oh, not the mouse.
Nobody cared. Where if it was The Rock, the roof would have blown off the place.
At least it would have went crazy.
So my thing is why? Why get The Rock involved in all if he's not at WrestleMania? Did you think he was going to be here and then things change?
Yeah.
Okay. But we've had no explanation or even mention of him since then, which tells me like they thought he was going to be a part of this and then couldn't be. So they're just going to be like, just try not to remember that actually happened.
Yeah.
And then even like the Travis Scott thing could have been better if they like even mentioned him in some of those promos before where but there was no mention of him. He came out again. Elimination Chamber was there. He threw that live round to Cody Rhodes.
He did.
But then nothing was ever mentioned to him again. There was nothing. You could have had like some like social media video of him and John Cena hanging out or something to where that makes more sense. There's just no. Why does Travis Scott hate Cody Rhodes? Or why is Travis Scott hanging out with John Cena? We don't know any of this. So it makes that moment terrible. Terrible. And then, Cody Rhodes, who has never shied away from doing heel stuff to win matches. We saw it in that feud with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden he doesn't want to hit John Cena with a belt. Weak.
I'll push back on that one. Because we did see him shy away from it one time when he was wrestling Kevin Owens, and he had a chance to take him out, and he didn't. And then later, after Kevin Owens did what he did, that's when he was like, oh, it's okay for me to be a heel now, right here. So that kind of plays into that a little bit. Everything else, though, yes. I 100% agree with you.
It was just such a letdown for the whole week.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
That's the main event. That's the last thing people are going to remember this whole card. And to have it end on such a just garbage ending. Like
I don't disagree at all. As somebody who actually likes Travis Scott music, this ain't what we're talking about here. Just the part of him being involved in this didn't make any sense. I thought when
why does he have the hardcore title? I don't get it. Like, explain these things.
Is he going to defend this? And I thought when he came out personally that The Rock was coming right behind him. That's what I was waiting on because I kept looking at the stage and was like, okay, maybe the camera people are going to set up again. And
I kept watching for those cameras because I was like, this better not be how this ends.
And then it's how it is. And I'll give Travis this. When he got in the ring, he didn't look lost. He was solid, and he looked better, in the ring, like even hopping around, even taking, the crossroads from Cody Rhodes. I thought he did a good job then, but that's not the way I thought it should have ended. If you're gonna do it full and do it all the way. And having The Rock there would have made it be like, okay, all the way all encompassing, and this would just really set it off, like make it even bigger, because that's what Mania is supposed to be about, making those big, historic, incredible moments. And this one fell a little bit flat.
It did. And like, again, because there's just no build up to Travis Scott being involved.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, he's got the theme song for WrestleMania,
Yeah.
but there's just no, it was a letdown.
Yeah.
And like, if you knew The Rock wasn't going to be there, then okay, fine. But are they saving The Rock for tonight?
Yeah.
Which would be stupid.
Which would be, yeah. Why save it for tonight?
I mean, are the Netflix ratings that bad that you got to get The Rock on there instead of WrestleMania, your biggest event?
You could do 2 nights. Like,
yeah,
you know,
like I mean, or are they now reading all this backlash about the lousy ending and they're like, Rock, get here. Like, whatever it costs,
cut a video,
get here.
something.
We need you here tonight to save this.
Yeah, bro.
So we could be like, aha, this is what we were doing all along.
Yeah, I'll take it. But I wanted to see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to see him.
Yeah, it was, you know, the Stone Cold Steve Austin pop was great. And then he almost killed somebody. And then, so imagine that pop for The Rock. I mean, the place would have gone crazy.
Erupted. You hear me? Erupted. All right, go ahead.
All right. Like, it's just been a huge letdown because, you know, you had that moment in Elimination Chamber. We had the show and we were so excited about where's this going to go? Where's this going to go?
Yeah.
And then this is it. And it's like, it's not what we expected. Maybe it's not done yet, but like, why would you put like the low point at your biggest event?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I'm fine with John Cena winning. I wanted him to win.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how many fans in attendance were on Cena's side. Like,
yeah,
it was a pro Cena
from night
crowd.
one.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Cody Rhodes was getting booed, and it's just funny because it was like, man, this is exactly what happened to him in AEW. He was like, everybody loved him. He was the top guy, and after a while, people just tired of it. So I don't know if it was more of like it's the Cena thing.
Yeah,
you know, it's more of like I like John Cena more than I'm just gonna hate this guy, kind of like with Charlotte, or if it's actual people are tired of Cody Rhodes.
We'll find out.
I mean, there's still selling shirts, so that's I mean,
hey, I still like them. The shirts are still selling.
Here's one
still
thing
awesome.
that dawned on me when I was taking a shower this morning.
Congratulations.
That's the room where most of my best thoughts are created.
Behind the curtain, literally
in the shower, is where most of my best thoughts happen.
All right.
It dawned on me when I was thinking about Travis Scott and where they might go with this. Do you remember?
Okay.
Who Travis Scott first appeared with the first time he came out on live WWE television?
Who he first appeared with?
It wasn't The Rock at Elimination Chamber.
All I remember is Triple H and him handing him the title. That's the last time I remember.
First time we saw him was the first Raw on Netflix.
Okay.
And he came out with Jey Uso.
He was smoking. I remember this now.
They came out, yeah.
Yes, I do remember this.
He comes out with Jey Uso.
Okay.
Travis Scott is now hanging out with The Rock. Jey Uso obviously has got connections to The Rock. Do they somehow bring this full circle? And now The Rock's got both champions on both shows.
Okay.
We'll see. I think the perfect ending, if The Rock was available, and maybe he's not, then say that.
Okay.
So people don't sit there and go, that's stupid. But my perfect ending would have been Cody Rhodes pins John Cena. So the Cody fans get their pop. Then the Rock's music hits. And he says, no, it's not going to end that way. Restart it. Cena then hits him with the belt. 1, 2, 3. Then Cena wins. Okay. Because then everybody gets what they want. Yeah. For a minute, you think Cody won. Then Cena wins. And it's some dastardly heel stuff.
The dastardly. The mustache.
And you get The Rock.
Twisted it.
But yeah, no Rock was a major disappointment.
I agree. It was definitely a disappointment. Let's get to what I felt the match that stole Mania. And I kind of thought it would, and it definitely did, in my opinion. Iyo Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley in the Triple Threat Women's World Championship match from beginning to end, from the entrances to the end of the match. It was perfect. That is, for me, that is 5-star stuff because they did it all right. How Iyo came out and the crowd is with her so much. How Bianca came out and the crowd is against her for what reason, I don't know. but I love how she plays into it. And she was doing some incredible stuff in the ring to Rhea Ripley, who, is super over, who was just showcasing her strength and her ability in that ring. And I don't want to leave out Iyo Sky and what she did in the ring, just the high-flying things she does and just knowing how to work the crowd. Iyo Sky really knows how to work a crowd, man. Incredible match, Greg. Like, I was on the edge of my seat with everybody else. From the moment the bell rung, everybody was up here, and it just kept going higher and higher and higher.
It was great. It was a great way. It set the tone for a really good night too. And that was again. That was like a WrestleMania match. Those are the type of matches you should have on WrestleMania. I'm happy for Iyo Sky. She got her moment. She deserves it.
Yeah.
But even within that match, you saw kind of like the whole story within that match, where it was kind of like Iyo Sky has been like, I'm the champion, and yet I'm ignored. Like, you two keep trying to push me out of the way,
right?
Literally,
right.
And then even as that match started, it was Bianca and Rhea going after each other, and they kept forgetting about Iyo, and they forgot about her when it mattered most, and she ends up winning the match.
Yeah,
and it was a huge pop for her and a big moment, and she earned that. And I like the fact that they letting her get a little run, creating another star. We know Rhea doesn't need a belt.
Right.
Bianca doesn't need a belt. We know that they're two of the best.
Yeah.
So let Iyo have that run and see where it takes her.
Yeah, she was special, bro. Like, and just credit to all three of them, because I mean, it was highlight after highlight, finisher after finisher with a counter finisher, you know what I mean? And just amazing, just incredible athleticism and moves in that ring and interaction with the crowd. And like I said, Bianca, telling everybody kiss her ass quite a few times was just, all of it was just so good, man. Like, it was just so good, and why you tune in and watch these kind of things. So they stole the show, though. I loved it. Let's get to the fatal four-way match. Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Dirty Dom walks away the winner, and he walks away with the belt, and he walked away with the crowd.
Yeah, man. Everybody loved it. And I figured it would. Like, I knew if he was going to win, the place would love. People are ready to be all about Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
And we'll see where this goes. This was another good match. Braun Breaker was just crushing people, and that dude is on a different level than everybody else. That's why I'm talking. Like, if you somehow figure out how to make Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker a thing, those are going to be some of the most ridiculous matches you've ever seen. You definitely were able to continue the Finn Balor, Dirty Dom, Judgment Day angle. We'll see where that goes, because now Dirty Dom's got a belt, and he's the only one that has the belt. Carlito got involved in it.
He did.
Penta got to have some high spots to get his moment. My only issue with this match was, again, the finish. We literally just saw that 20 minutes earlier with Iyo Sky, the same exact finish in two matches.
Okay.
Like, going for the pin, you hit the frogs, you hit the splash off the top rope, you get the win. We literally just saw that, and then you do it again. Like, it got the reaction. It was great. I'm happy for Dom. I'm like, man, can we be a little more creative?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
that's a nitpick. I know.
Yeah, I know.
Is, but that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's special counsel. I think also with him, it was the fact that he was pinning Finn, what I'm saying, on top of that.
Of course, you had to do
beating
it that
Finn
way.
with your finisher, you know what I mean? After his, I thought it was perfect and pretty well done. And it's Dom's time, man. Like, he's deserving of this kind of moment. The dude has put in his work, because he's come a long way from the dude we were like, what's this dude doing out here, man? What is this, the Nepo baby stuff that I'm sure he was hearing to the crowd, telling him, like, straight up, we won't even let you talk. We hate you so much. But he never stopped showing up. He kept coming, and he kept working and getting better at his craft, man.
Absolutely.
And you got to give guys credit. And that's the thing about WWE audiences. If you put that work in, and and they see it, and you show it to them like that, they will turn for you, man. They will say, you know what? You're doing your thing. Shout out to you. We like you. Here's some love for you. So they'll respect the wrestler when they see the wrestler. But you just can't be fake with it. You know what I mean? You got to earn your stripes out here. And Dom had no problem earning his stripes. Shout out to him, man. He's just going to make Monday even that much better and much more fun to look at. Let's get to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and her special guest partner, the man, Becky Lynch.
Shocking.
Shock, boom, head explodes.
Yeah.
They are now the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to them. What'd you think of the reveal and what'd you think of the match, sir?
I mean, when she came out, obviously a big reaction, and those are always cool to be a part of. But like, man, take you behind the curtain. That was my bathroom match for the night.
Okay.
Like, it was like, okay, it's Becky Lynch, and I headed out to, get another water and get ready for the main event because I knew I didn't want to leave for that. But
yeah,
it's an interesting decision to then put her in a tag team and then give her a championship right away. Now you got a double champ. So is the Intercontinental Championship even a thing right now? Or is the tag title even? It's confusing.
Very.
I figured it was going to be Becky, and then they'll still have, Liv and Raquel hold on to it because they're like an actual tag team.
Sure.
But a special moment for Lyra, as she's from Ireland, and then she grew up idolizing, fellow countrywoman Becky Lynch. But as we said, man, this is the second time Becky Lynch has come off the street and given her a belt.
Yeah, man, just walked in.
At least this match lasted longer than a minute,
right?
Than when they did Bianca dirty at SummerSlam a few years ago.
Super dirty.
But but again, it's as I said, if Charlotte were to get one of these mid-card titles, it gives the tag titles more credibility. If Becky Lynch is, though I don't think having Liv Morgan in that spot gave it a lot of credibility too. I mean, people are into Liv Morgan. She's one of the top stars.
She's another one that's worked her way. You know what I'm saying?
But they got their viral moment. They got their big thing, their big entrance, and it's a nice moment to see her back. Hopefully she's back long term. I'm a big Becky Lynch fan. I think, there hasn't been a lot of it over in the past couple of years. I think she's happy, being a mom, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's, hey, do your thing.
For sure.
I'm not gonna get mad at somebody for choosing their family over entertaining me. I mean,
never get mad at that.
Be interested to see where they go. But it was a fun moment. The crowd got into it. I don't know if I would have gone that way. I mean, you got a roster full of amazing, talented female athletes. I would have given, I was thinking I would have done one of the NXT women, maybe Roxanne Perez, and then then she turns on her during the match because she wants the Intercontinental belt. She just used that as her moment to get in. But
I like that.
I just want to say, Bayley got screwed here.
Bayley got screwed.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Maybe she's the next Intercontinental. Maybe she turns heel and becomes.
But to get pulled off the card without an injury, so Becky can come back, that can't feel good for Bayley.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's a slap in the face.
You're
Bayley's
right
just as big a star as Becky. Yeah. And Bayley's there all the time.
See?
She deserved that moment.
And see, they want to come in Charlotte. That's all I'm saying. They
yeah, no, well, yeah.
And then, but, to each his own. But, yeah, congratulations to the ladies. Definitely going to make Raw a little bit more interesting and exciting tonight because there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the Sin City Street fight. For me, this was like one of those classic mid-card in WrestleMania matches. I don't know if it was going to be good. I don't know if it was going to be great, but we were going to see something. And I definitely saw something. I was like, nope, somebody's got to go through something. A table, a garbage can, glass, somebody's got to go through something. And we definitely saw that happen. Drew McIntyre walks away on top. And I thought it was honestly a really entertaining, good mid-card match.
No, it was good. It was definitely, Drew McIntyre is really good. And like we were discussing before the match about Damian Priest, I'm like I kind of think like Damian Priest is so consistent that like people take it for granted just because they're like, we know what we're going to get out of Damian Priest match, where he doesn't have that element of like, ooh, there's no danger element there. Like it's kind of like you get the standard Damian Priest match, which is good. Yeah. But it's just kind of like you never think he's going to do something extra crazy or extra dangerous. So like they both put on a good. I like the fact that it was, he's trying to do the Undertaker you're old school and gets pushed off into the chair, into the tables. That was a lot of fun. It was a good match. The entrances were really cool.
Entrances were cool. Yeah. I like the part where Drew was setting up the tables, and when he finished setting it up, the camera was right there. He looks right at the camera and gave that sinister, real smile.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude is too good at this.
Or he took the fans' camera and did the selfie.
Yes, man. Yes.
He's low key. He's so good on social media and so good with promo. Like he needs another title run.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I know there's only 2 belts right now, and there's probably like 8 guys that deserve it, but get him back in that mix.
Just in the mix. Yeah. Give him in the mix for it, man. He deserves it. Final match, AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Cool. Cool match. Logan, again, as I keep saying about him, as people say, I hate how good he is at this. Right. He's so good at this, and the people around us, we were all having that kind of discussion while this was kind of going on, because he's in there with AJ Styles, bro, and he's holding his own and doing some really cool stuff. Like, again, that pulverizer finish is awesome, and just to even be in there with a guy of AJ's caliber and to just have the ability to stay with it, and you're not a guy that's wrestling all the time. You know, it's not like, maybe, I'm sure he's working behind the scenes, but not too many dark matches or anything like that. You know, nothing in front of the crowd except his microphone work, or maybe him punching somebody out or something like that. But in general, not a lot of wrestling. So to be able to just kind of walk in and do it at WrestleMania with one of the best ever, I mean, I applaud him for that, man. But yeah, but I'll let you speak on the match and talk about how you thought it kind of went.
I thought this match was disappointing. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be with those 2 guys. Like, we know Logan Paul can go. We know he can do. He can do some incredibly athletic moves, even the ones he stole from Hangman Adam Page. But we know like what he's capable, and we know we've seen AJ Styles for 25 years be one of the best in the business.
Yes,
and yet it just didn't work. That the crowd was dead.
It was dead.
That match.
The crowd was dead.
It was just like,
that's the truth.
Like, I don't know if it was just because we were getting towards the end of the night and we've already had 3 or 4 big moments and people saving up for the main event coming up, but that match didn't draw in the crowd. Like, once the bell rang, it was kind of like, which is a surprise out of those guys. And then you had Karrion Kross come out and the ending. And if you have not seen the Karrion Kross post WrestleMania interview, make sure you check that out. That dude, I don't know. I think he started that as a work and it turned into a shoot. He might be in trouble, or it's just a really great work interview there. But check it out. He had some thoughts, and it's hard to disagree with anything he says there.
He was great.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted more out of that match. I wanted that oh my God moment where somebody hits a move where you're just like, I can't believe I just saw that, and we never got it.
Yeah, and no real viral moment either from a viral guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that wasn't playing into it either as well. So, yeah, I don't disagree with you. I just would give Logan Paul his credit for doing this on this kind of level and this kind of stage. But you're right. In general, it was definitely dead. It was definitely quiet. And it should have been a little more. You know what I mean? It should have been a little more. And then Logan walks away with a victory. And it's like, man, okay, what do you go get a title now? Like, you know, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, you mentioned the Karrion Kross. It's kind of why I saved this for last, so you could expound on Karrion Kross and that interview he had with Scarlett by his side. That was, dude, that promo was awesome. You showed it to me right before we got on and did this. Like, yeah, you could see where it turned. Like, I'm looking at Scarlett like a lot, and you could just see kind of where that joint turned. And she was like, "Yo, hey," and her hand is just on him like, hey, dog.
She was like, she even like says something in the beginning to kind of like be a part of it.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple times where like she's like, hey, and he's like, no.
Yeah, man.
No, I got to get this out. So
yeah, he meant every word of it.
Yeah,
like,
it was
serious.
It was basically like, the Miz and Daniel Bryan part 2.
Yes.
It had that feel to it where when it was over, you were like, is that real?
Right.
Because if it wasn't, dude needs an Oscar. Like that was incredible.
It was
incredible. And I'm sure even if it wasn't real, there is some realness to it. And those are the things that work so well, where you're like, okay, he's told to lean into it, but he means what he says.
Yeah,
He's
no
not.
doubt, no doubt.
He's not just putting it out there that he's mad that like he had to miss funerals and holidays and get his time cut so Logan Paul can come off of YouTube and get WrestleMania matches.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. He means that.
Yeah.
But whether or not he was supposed to say that or not, that's another story.
Yeah.
We'll find out if he's on Raw tonight.
We'll find out if he's on Raw or SmackDown on Friday. We'll
true.
see. We'll see where he's at, man. But that was WrestleMania night 1.
We forgot about
and night 2. What did I forget?
We forgot about Randy Orton.
Oh, I did forget about the RKO challenge
and the Stone Cold
man, Joe. You kind of mentioned Stone Cold coming out a little bit. But yeah, Randy Orton, RKO challenge. Joe Hendry comes out. Crowd explodes when Joe Hendry comes out. Shout out to him for getting that opportunity to get out there and have that moment. That was the viral moment. When he turns around and he does that Joe Hendry move, he looks at the camera, then Randy Orton's with the RKO. That's your viral moment. And then when Randy does it and turns around and does his thing, puts his hands up, yes, that was your viral match moment of WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was fun. At first I was kind of like, oh man, Joe Hendry, really? Like of all the people to pick, this is what we're gonna do.
Everybody loves Joe Hendry.
But it was fun. You got the reaction, and Orton was into it. He was smiling along, and I just kind of want, if that was his last WrestleMania, I kind of want something more for him, but hopefully it's not.
I mean, they tried to give. I mean, KO got hurt.
The thing that we go from KO to Randy Orton, which would have been a classic, to hey, let's get this Instagram reel out there.
Like, I get it,
but it was still fun, and I thought it was really cool that instead of, which made me think it could have been the last one for Randy, was instead of leaving through the ramp, Randy walked out and had his wife, and they were walking through the crowd.
They were
back, and like they were coming, was like right in front of us.
Yeah.
And he was just soaking it in and thanking everybody. So, it was a fun moment. I guess with all the different possibilities of, we never really got that WrestleMania shock. That's my biggest thing about the whole weekend. You never, the Heyman thing, I guess was but people were predicting that.
Sure.
And it was, but we didn't get that surprise that nobody saw coming. A surprise run-in or we didn't get that, oh my God moment. I mean, Heyman, but to me, if somebody can predict it, it's not really holy cow. Like nobody thought Undertaker was going to lose to Brock Lesnar.
Nobody.
So when it happened, it was truly shocking.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman is shocking in wrestling terms, but it wasn't like when half the crowd knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not really that shocking. So
wanted to get that bigger moment.
Yeah, I just wanted what WrestleMania is known for. That holy cow, I can't believe this guy's here.
Yeah.
Or that shocking debut or return.
Yes, I got you.
But overall, it was
greedy.
I am. It's my first one. Give me it all. Give me the best.
You want everything.
Give me the best of all 40 wrapped in the one.
That's right.
Show.
That's right.
You came up short.
That's right. You owe that man. You owe that man 40 years of it. You owe him.
Take that ring off. You don't deserve it.
And shout out to the new rings as well.
Yeah, funny how that works too. Triple H is going to get a ring, and all of a sudden they're huge and full of diamonds.
Like diamonds, championship
before
rings.
they were like class rings.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like high school rings.
Yeah, that Jolston stuff you get for $100.
Not Jolston. Shout out. I wonder if they replace those other rings then now.
I doubt it.
I wonder if I was in the hall.
But nobody else was showing their ring.
No, they had them on.
Oh, okay.
No,
I only saw Triple H's.
No,
I wonder if Triple H got the deluxe executive version. That everybody else got the old standard one.
No, everybody had on the same kind. I definitely saw them kind of pointing out doing that for sure. So yeah, if I'm for real, if I'm Ric Flair and them, and I'm 2-time, like, bro, come on, you gotta upgrade me a little bit on that. Them rings are hard.
We'll see.
But that was WrestleMania. This was an amazing thing. I want to thank Greg because without him, we can't do this. Honestly, CHGO Wrestling. Also want to thank Jay. Want to thank Mario. Want to thank Sean as well for producing what we do, because this is a whole group of us that do this, and it's so much fun. Thank you to Circa Resorts for allowing us to do it from here and to stay here. Shout out to my guy Aaron, man, for always looking out for us while we were here. Shout out to Joe, who runs it up here at Stadium Swim as well. Thank you to Sunnyside for being a sponsor for us. Shout out to all the people that we met and laughed with and hung out with and had a really great time with. Shout out to that guy Derek at PHNX. We ran into him for sure. Kevin Gray from DLLS. How cool was that we were running into people from the ALLCITY Network up here? That was just really, really cool, man. And, man, shout out to WWE for once again having another cool WrestleMania. And we hope to do it again next year. Great.
Yeah, I mean, we got to start diagramming what we're going to do for next year so we can make it happen again. But, like, as obviously echo all those people you're thanking for making this work. But as I've said before, man, this was your doings. You made this possible. You convinced me, and you kept telling me we're going to WrestleMania. And, you know, I got my first WrestleMania because of you. So I'm going to be forever grateful for that.
It's all good,
and,
brother.
like, you know, I love it when you can go from being colleagues to being boys, to being friends, and like, you know, this special weekend that won't be forgotten anytime soon.
My man, dog. My man. That's my main man, special advocate Greg Boysen. I am Big Dave, CHGO Bulls. Thank y'all for watching and enjoying what we do, because as we say, without y'all enjoying and liking it, we would not be here doing it. So thank y'all. We'll be back with you soon with another show. But you all enjoy Raw. We'll be back soon. CHGO Wrestling, y'all. We out.